Guys, if you want to grow wealthy, you've got to look at yourself as an investor. Because you can only be in like so many places at one time. And if you feel like you've got to be everywhere that the money's at and you've got to be at the place money's being made every second of every day, you're limited to one place and one time. You're limited to 8 hours in a workday from one place because you can't be in more places than once. So eventually you will want to invest in things that bring you passive income, or businesses where you can hire a manager, or multiple businesses where you just got somebody below you that crosses all the T's and dots all the I's in those other businesses. And then you do that like multiple times, and then obviously you invest in real estate and do all that, and like that's how you grow wealthy. But the thought of like, oh, I personally am just going to work really hard, I'm just going to put the time and the effort in, and I'm just going to work hard, that may make you some money, yes, but you're not going to like grow exponentially. You're going to grow, you're just going to have a cap on really how much you're going to be able to make. But in order to start investing, you need a car that can just bring you money. And what I mean by a car that brings you money is you've got a bill to pay, you've got something you want to start up. How do you get that money? And I guess for some people that could be a part-time job, side job that they bring in money. But I would suggest like an actual skill. You know, you see like pressure washing online a lot. You see, like I'm doing flip appliances. I want to get into like appliance repairing. Some people paint. What else do people do? Some people are like woodworkers and build stuff and sell stuff. But the point is, you need something to just hang your hat on and be like, when the chips are stacked against me, how can I get $200 today, tomorrow, by the end of the week? Whatever you need. You just need a car that you can rely on that is just going to bring you that money. And for me right now, that has been flipping appliances. And what I want that to be able to like morph into is just appliance repair, where I've got ads set up, Google stuff set up, and all that, to where when people, where my phone is just ringing off the hook all the time, and maybe not off the hook, but I'm just getting calls regularly, where if I need to go out and do 3 or 4 jobs a day, I can do it. If I've got other stuff going on, I can tell them I'm pretty booked up for a few days or whatever the case is, maybe take 1 or 2 jobs that day, but just have the ability to be like, you know what, at the end of the day, when things get tough, I know I can just fall back on this. This is my car that I know can bring me money. And I feel like that's your base. You know, if it's like a pyramid, that's like what your foundation is I know how to bring money in. And once you can master that, my thought process is I need a couple things for that. My wife having a job or a business, me doing appliance repair plus flipping could possibly be enough to go ahead and get me enough money to make those investments where I don't have to be there, whether that's renting out a trailer, whether that is starting a vending machine business. You know, things where people are renting stuff out, or things that are just making money while I'm not there. So that's the point you really want to get to. And then obviously it needs to get a lot bigger than that, into like real estate, or investing in other companies, or making courses online and stuff like that. But starting out, you need something you can hang your hat on that is what I imagine is just a car of money that you know is reliable, and that car can bring you money anytime you need it. You need some type of skill. Maybe that's an online skill. Maybe that's your darn Shopify store, Etsy thing. Who knows what it is? I'm not really into that stuff. I want something practical that I can touch and put my hands on. But maybe that is what that is for. Maybe that is what brings you the money for you. But you need to establish something reliable, because the thought process of I'm just going to go get a job, I'm going to work 40 hours a week for my boss, and I'm just going to grind for the next 30, 40 years. If you're getting paid a lot, you can stack a lot of cash, I guess, but it's not going to grow like exponentially. Like unless you really downsize. That's the other thing about it, is like you need to be bringing in money, obviously, but the other thing is, if your expenses equal your income, you're never going to grow. If your expenses exceed your income and you're having to get credit cards and take out loans to pay for your crap, it just ain't going to grow. So it's just getting to the point where you're bringing in more money, obviously, than you're spending. I kind of forgot to say that at the beginning because I feel like that's pretty obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. Point being, you've got to find your car that brings you money. A reliable car. And it doesn't have to be a darn fancy one, because those are freaking expensive to fix, and who knows what. You just need Old Faithful. Old Faithful. This is what I know how to do. I know how to do carpentry. I know how to do woodworking. I know how to bring in money online. I know how to day trade. I know how to appliance repair. I know how to paint. You just need to sharpen a skill that nobody can take away from you. Nobody can take away from you. So it's like, as long as I'm breathing and I've got movement in my limbs, I know every week I can bring home $1,000 because I've got this skill. And then that allows you to just grow from there. You've got that skill, no one can take away from you. You choose when you work, you choose when you don't work. And then, especially if you can compound that with like two things, where like one of those sources can be, like, let's say my appliance repair business is what's paying my bills. And then, like I said, I also flip appliances. So then the flipping aspect can go into just my investment fund only. So when I repair appliances, all that money goes into that business, obviously, and then that money funnels into making my monthly and lively payments. And then that appliance flipping money, where I'm just selling appliances, now that money is all going into investments. That money is all going into a new vending machine business. That money is going into a dumpster rental business. That money is going into an RV that I'm gonna rent out. So if you can have like two, you obviously want one, you want to start with one, but if you can especially have two reliable vehicles full of money that can come and bring you money when you need it. You don't need a boss. You don't need a boss telling you, hey, you be here at 8 a.m. on Monday and work till Friday, then I'll pay you in two. No, like, you need money this week. You need money in a couple days. You've got a skill no one can take away from you. That's what you want. A reliable skill, well, I'll call it a car, a reliable skill or car that you know can darn bring you money. And if you can compound that with two of them, especially in the same field, like I said, I can go out, I can buy broken down appliances, I can fix them, I can sell them for $200-$300 and make a profit of $150-$200. There's one skill. And then on top of that, it's really the same skill, but then I market repairing in general. Then I also have the ability to go into people's homes, repair a washer, repair a dryer. Those are really two different sources of income coming from the same skill that can bring me money whenever I need it to. And those are things that you guys need to develop too. Because am I rich right now? No. Do I think I have the ability to be wealthy in the next 5 to 10 years? Absolutely. Well, why is that? It's because, sure, I don't bring in a ton of money, but my living expenses are absolutely rock bottom. The biggest expense we have every month is like $325 on a land payment that we have. And that's it. Everything else is like phone bills, truck insurance, and then obviously we have groceries and have to pay for gas. But like, I have the ability to invest in myself and learn skills that I can slowly grow, and then once I do grow, I can invest that money. Before long, you do have the ability to become wealthy. But like I said, the point of this video is to find a skill, find a car that can bring you money. Whether the economy's up, whether the economy's down, nothing that a boss can take away from you, nothing that a loved one can take away from you, nothing, just something you can darn hang your hat on and be like, I'm good at this, I know I'm good at this, I've got the skill, I put in the time, I put in the effort to know how to do this, and no one can take that skill away from you. And whenever you figure out how to monetize that, then there you go, you got something to hang your hat on. So anyways, guys, that's basically all I've got to say in this video. Just some type of nugget. And are there smarter people on the internet than me? Yes, but at the end of the day, I feel like wealth starts with you learning how to do a specific skill. That way you can make your own money without having to go find a job. And then if you can scale that skill, you can scale that skill and make more and more money off of it, or you can, like I said, use appliance repair to flip appliances, but also do residential repairs in people's homes. I mean, that's twofold, and you're going to grow just even faster by being able to do that. So anyways, that's where I'm at, basically, is just sharpening my skills, sharpening what I'm going to hang my hat on, sharpening the car that I can rely on to bring me money. And if you don't have that, I suggest that be where you start.